Your brain, this magnificent organ weighing just 3 pounds, determines everything in your life. Every success, every failure, every moment of joy or disappointment starts right here, between your ears. The quality of your life literally depends on the quality of your thoughts. Most people spend more time planning their weekend than developing their mental strength. They will spend hours at the gym working on their physical fitness, but how much time do they dedicate to strengthening their mind? Your mental fitness is just like a muscle. If you don't exercise it, it becomes weak. If you challenge it daily, it grows stronger. I remember meeting a young entrepreneur who was on the brink of giving up. His business was failing, his debts were mounting, and his confidence was shattered. But he made one crucial decision: to take control of his mental state. 6 months later, his business had completely turned around. What changed? Not the economy, not the market, not his products. What changed was his mental strength. The most successful people I have met in my life, from top executives to Olympic athletes, all share this one trait. They have developed extraordinary mental strength. They have learned to control their thoughts, manage their emotions, and maintain unwavering focus on their goals, regardless of circumstances. This same power lies within you. The same force that drives world champions, business leaders, and game changers is already present in your mind. What you need is the right approach to unleash it. Mental strength is not about never failing or never feeling fear. It's about how quickly you can bounce back from setbacks, how effectively you can push through fear, and how consistently you can maintain your focus on what truly matters. How to develop and maintain an unshakable mental strength that will serve you every single day of your life. Because when you master your mind, you master your life. The first step in building this mental fortress starts with understanding exactly what you are capable of. Your mental capacity is far greater than you imagine. In fact, scientific research shows that the average person uses only a tiny fraction of their mental potential. Just imagine you are walking around with a supercomputer in your head, but you are only running basic programs. The reality is, most people never discover their true mental capacity because they have accepted artificial limitations. They have listened to the voices that said, "You can't, it's too hard," or "That's impossible." But I want you to understand something crucial. These limitations exist only in your mind. I once worked with a student who believed he couldn't possibly succeed in business because he didn't have a college degree. He had created this mental barrier that was holding him back. But after learning to tap into his true mental capacity, he built a multi-million-dollar company. The only thing that changed was his understanding of what he could achieve. Your brain has an extraordinary ability to adapt, grow, and strengthen itself. Every time you push past your comfort zone, every time you learn something new, every time you face a challenge head-on, you are expanding your mental capacity. It's like upgrading your mental software. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's realistic and what's unrealistic. It simply responds to the instructions you give it. When you start believing your expanded capacity, when you begin expecting more from yourself, your brain automatically begins finding ways to turn those expectations into reality. Everything you've achieved in your life so far has been the result of using just a fraction of your mental capacity. Every success, every breakthrough, every milestone, all accomplished while operating at perhaps 10% of your potential. Now imagine what you could achieve at 20%, 30%, or even 50% of your true capacity. The key to unlocking this potential lies in understanding that your mental capacity is not fixed. It's expandable. Just like a muscle grows stronger with consistent training, your mental capacity expands with regular challenges and proper nurturing. And this brings us to something absolutely crucial, the 7 fundamental pillars that form the foundation of mental fortitude. Your mental capacity expands through mastering specific pillars that create unshakable strength. The first pillar is absolute clarity. Your mind needs crystal clear direction. When you wake up each morning, you must know exactly what you want to achieve. Vague goals create vague results. Sharp, defined objectives create powerful outcomes. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, emails, phone calls, they are all fighting for your attention. But here's the truth. Every time you allow yourself to be distracted, you weaken your mental fortress. The most successful people I know have developed laser-like focus. They can shut out the noise and concentrate intensely on what matters most. Your emotions are like horses. They are powerful forces that can either carry you to your destination or throw you off course. Mental strength is not about suppressing emotions. It's about directing them. When you master your emotional state, you gain control over your life's direction. Your thoughts create your reality. Random, unfocused thinking leads to random, unfocused results. When you discipline your mind to think systematically, to analyze problems thoroughly, to seek solutions persistently, you develop mental strength that few possess. Notice I said resilient optimism, not blind positivity. This means maintaining your forward momentum even when facing setbacks. It's about seeing opportunities in obstacles. Every successful person I've met has faced failures, but they have trained their minds to bounce back strong. Mental strength is not about rushing. It's about maintaining steady progress toward your goals. Think of a marathon runner. They don't sprint the first mile. They pace themselves, conserve energy, and finish strong. Your mind works the same way. Your mind is like a garden. It's either growing or dying. There's no standing still. Every day, you must feed your mind with new knowledge, challenge it with new problems, stretch it with new goals. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start declining. When you develop all 7 simultaneously, you create an unstoppable mental force. And this brings us to something even more powerful, the development of unshakable self-confidence. Speaking about mental strength brings us to something absolutely critical, your self-confidence. Self-confidence is not something you are born with. It's something you build day by day, decision by decision, action by action. It's like constructing a building. Each successful action, each small win becomes another brick in your foundation. I remember talking to a young salesperson who couldn't look customers in the eye. His sales numbers were terrible. His confidence was shot. Then he made one crucial decision. He committed to making just one extra sales call every single day. Not 10 calls, not 20, just one. Each call built his confidence a little more. 6 months later, he was the top performer in his company. You don't build confidence by thinking about it. You don't build it by wishing for it. You build it by taking action, by developing skills, by pushing through discomfort. Every time you do something that scares you, your confidence grows stronger. The most successful people I have ever met are not naturally confident. They have simply done the same thing so many times that fear can't shake them anymore. They have trained their minds to focus on possibilities instead of problems. They have programmed themselves for success through repeated action. You want to know the fastest way to build unshakable confidence? Start keeping the small promises you make to yourself. When you say you will wake up at 6 a.m., do it. When you promise yourself you will make those phone calls, make them. When you commit to finishing a task, finish it. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you are telling your subconscious mind, I am someone who does what they say they will do. Most people wait to feel confident before taking action. But that's backward thinking. Action comes first, feelings follow. You don't become confident and then take action. You take action and then become confident. This is how you create an upward spiral of achievement. Think about learning to drive a car. Remember how nervous you felt the first time? But what happened? You took action anyway. Each time you drove, your confidence grew. Now you drive without even thinking about it. That's how confidence works in every area of life. You start afraid, you take action anyway, and confidence grows naturally. The key is to start where you are with what you have. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait until you feel ready. Perfect conditions never arrive. Nobody ever feels completely ready. The most successful people just start anyway, and they build their confidence through consistent action. And this brings us to something equally important, mastering your thoughts and emotions. Because confidence without emotional control is like a ship without a rudder. Powerful but directionless. Your thoughts and emotions are not just passing experiences. They are the control center of your entire life. Every success, every failure, every breakthrough, every setback starts with what's happening between your ears. Most people let their thoughts and emotions run wild, like an untamed horse. But you are going to learn to take the reins. I watched a business owner completely transform his company by mastering this one skill. His business was failing, not because of market conditions, but because he was reacting emotionally to every challenge. Once he learned to master his thoughts and emotions, everything changed. His decisions improved. His leadership strengthened. His profits soared. You can't control what happens to you, but you can absolutely control how you respond. Your thoughts create your emotions drive your actions, and your actions determine your results. It's a chain reaction that starts in your mind. The average person has about 60,000 thoughts every day. But here's what's fascinating. 95 of those thoughts are the same ones you had yesterday. and the day before, and the day before that, you are running the same mental programs and expecting different results. That's why mastery of your thoughts is so critical. Start catching yourself when negative thoughts appear. Don't fight them. That only makes them stronger. Instead, replace them immediately with productive thoughts. When you think I can't do this, immediately replace it with how can I do this? King Sang, when you think this is impossible, replace it with what's the first step I can take? Your emotions follow your thoughts like night follows day. Change your thoughts and your emotions change automatically. But you need to be proactive. Don't wait until you are in the middle of a crisis to practice emotional control. Start with the small daily irritations. Practice staying calm in traffic. Practice patience in long lines. Build your emotional muscles in low-stakes situations. The most successful people I know have developed what I call emotional immunity. They are not cold or unfeeling. They're just not easily knocked off course by emotional storms. They have learned to pause between stimulus and response. They have mastered that crucial gap between what happens and how they react. Negative thoughts and emotions are like weeds. They will grow on their own if you let them. Positive thoughts and emotions are like flowers. They need cultivation. You need to plant them intentionally, water them regularly, protect them carefully. This daily mental gardening makes all the difference. And this leads us perfectly into something vital, your daily mental fitness routine. Because just like physical fitness, mental and emotional mastery requires consistent, focused practice. Just like you need physical exercise to stay fit, you need mental exercise to stay sharp and strong. Your morning routine shapes your entire day. I have studied the habits of peak performers for years, and they all have one thing in common. They start their day by strengthening their minds. The first 30 minutes after you wake up are golden. Your mind is like a fresh computer starting up. The programs you install first will run all day. Start with gratitude. Find 3 specific things you are grateful for. Not just my family or my job. Be specific. I am grateful for the way my daughter smiled at me yesterday. This programs your mind to look for the positive. Next, review your goals. Not just read them, feel them. Visualize them with crystal clarity. See yourself achieving them. Feel the satisfaction. Make it real in your mind. Remember, your mind doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Use this to your advantage. Then feed your mind with something powerful. Read for 20 minutes, not the news, not social media. Read something that makes you stronger, smarter, better. One good idea in the morning can transform your entire day. The most successful people I know are all voracious readers. They treat their minds like high-performance engines that need premium fuel. Throughout the day, protect your mental energy like the precious resource it is. Most people waste their best mental hours on trivial tasks. Schedule your most important work when your mind is freshest. Guard against energy vampires. Those activities and people who drain your mental strength without adding value. Take mental breaks every 90 minutes. Your brain works in cycles. Push too long without a break and your performance drops. A 5-minute break to stretch, breathe deeply, and reset can save you hours of unfocused work. It's not about working longer. It's about working smarter. What did I do well today? What could I have done better? What did I learn? This mental review process helps you grow stronger every single day. Success leaves clues, but only if you're paying attention. And always remember, your mental fitness routine is not just about being more productive. It's about becoming the person you are capable of being. It's about building the mental strength to overcome any obstacle that stands between you and your goals. Speaking of obstacles, this brings us to one of the most crucial skills you can develop overcoming mental barriers and setbacks. Just like you need physical exercise to stay fit, you need mental exercise to stay sharp and strong. Your morning routine shapes your entire day. I have studied the habits of peak performers for years, and they all have one thing in common. They start their day by strengthening their minds. The first 30 minutes after you wake up are golden. Your mind is like a fresh computer starting up. The programs you install first will run all day. Start with gratitude. Find 3 specific things you are grateful for. Not just my family or my job. Be specific. I'm grateful for the way my daughter smiled at me yesterday. This programs your mind to look for the positive. Next, review goals. Not just read them, feel them, visualize them with crystal clarity. See yourself achieving them. Feel the satisfaction. Make it real in your mind. Remember, your mind doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Use this to your advantage. Then feed your mind with something powerful. Read for 20 minutes, not the news, not social media. Read something that makes you stronger, smarter, better. One good idea in the morning can transform your entire day. The most successful people I know are all voracious readers. They treat their minds like high-performance engines that need premium fuel. Throughout the day, protect your mental energy like the precious resource it is. Most people waste their best mental hours on trivial tasks. Schedule your most important work when your mind is freshest. Guard against energy vampires. Those activities and people who drain your mental strength without adding value. Take mental breaks every 90 minutes. Your brain works in cycles. Push too long without a break and your performance drops. A 5-minute break to stretch, breathe deeply, and reset can save you hours of unfocused work. It's not about working longer. It's about working smarter. What did I do well today? What could I have done better? What did I learn? This mental review process helps you grow stronger every single day. Success leaves clues, but only if you are paying attention. Your mental fitness routine is not just about being more productive. It's about becoming the person you are capable of being. It's about building the mental strength to overcome any obstacle that stands between you and your goals. Speaking of obstacles, this brings us to one of the most crucial skills you can develop. Overcoming mental barriers and setbacks. Mental strength built through adversity, not comfort. Every setback, every challenge, every obstacle you face is actually an opportunity to build mental toughness. I have never met a truly successful person who had an easy path to the top. I remember coaching someone who lost everything in the 2008 financial crisis. His business gone, savings wiped out, confidence shattered. But instead of staying down, he used that adversity as fuel. He rebuilt from scratch, stronger than before. Today, his business is 10 times larger than it ever was. The adversity didn't break him. It transformed him. What separates mentally tough people from everyone else? They don't just endure adversity, they use it. Every problem becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. Every failure becomes feedback. They have learned the secret that pressure creates diamonds. Think about a time when you faced a major challenge and overcame it. Remember how you felt afterward? Stronger, more capable, more confident. That's because adversity is nature's way of strengthening you. Just like your muscles need resistance to grow stronger, your mind needs challenges to develop resilience. The key is to change your relationship with adversity. Stop seeing it as something that happens to you and start seeing it as something that happens for you. Every obstacle is actually testing you, preparing you, strengthening you for something bigger. The bigger your goals, the bigger the challenges you will face. Mental resilience is not about avoiding stress. It's about growing stronger through stress. It's about bouncing back faster each time you get knocked down. It's about maintaining your focus and determination even when everything around you is chaos. This kind of resilience doesn't come from reading books or attending seminars. It comes from facing challenges head on. Resilience is not about being tough all the time. It's about being tough when it counts. It's about getting up one more time than you fall down. It's about taking one more step when everyone else has quit. This brings us directly to the blueprint for success. The mindset that turns adversity into advantage. A success mindset isn't just positive thinking. It's strategic thinking combined with unstoppable action. Your mind becomes a success, seeking missile, programmed to find opportunities where others see obstacles. I remember sitting with a successful entrepreneur in his office. He pulled out a piece of paper and showed me his daily success ritual. Every morning he wrote down his biggest goal and the 3 most important actions he could take that day to move toward it. Simple? Yes. Powerful? Absolutely. His mind was completely focused on success, not on survival. The success mindset starts with total responsibility. Stop blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck. Take 100% responsibility for everything in your life. When you do this, something magical happens. You move from victim to victor. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, how can I use this? Next, develop what I call strategic optimism. This is not blind optimism that ignores problems. It's the disciplined optimism that looks for solutions. Train your mind to automatically ask what's good about this. And how can I turn this to my advantage? These questions program your brain to find opportunities everywhere. The third element is what separates true achievers from dreamers. Focused action. Your mind must link directly to your hands. Think big, start small, but most importantly, start now. Success is not about what you're going to do someday. It's about what you're doing today, right now, in this moment. Create daily success triggers. These are specific actions that signal to your mind it's time to perform. Maybe it's putting on your work clothes, sitting at your desk, or opening your planner. These triggers become mental launching pads for peak performance. Most importantly, guard your mindset like your life depends on it, because it does. Your mind will believe whatever you tell it consistently. Feed it success stories, not failure fears. Fill it with solutions, not problems. Program it for achievement, not avoidance. The success mindset is not something you get once and keep forever. It's something you rebuild every single day. It's a garden you must tend constantly, pulling out the weeds of doubt and planting the seeds of achievement. This is why your morning routine is so crucial. It sets up your success mindset for the entire day. Think about the most successful person you know personally. I guarantee they have developed these mental habits, whether consciously or unconsciously. They have programmed their minds for success just like you program a computer. And just like a computer, the program you run determines the results you get. And this brings us to the final piece of our journey together, your path forward from this moment. Everything changes from this moment forward. You now understand the incredible power you hold in your mind. But understanding is not enough. You must take action. Start right now, today, this very minute. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because that perfect moment is right here. Mental strength is not a gift, it's a choice. Every morning when you wake up, you have the power to strengthen or weaken your mind. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to build mental muscle. Every setback is a setup for a breakthrough. I have seen countless people transform their lives by applying these principles. The saleswoman who doubled her income in 6 months, the entrepreneur who built $1 million business from scratch, the manager who turned around a failing department. They all started exactly where you are right now, with a decision to take control of their mental game. Your future is created by the choices you make today. Not next week, not next month, not next year, today. The thoughts you think, the actions you take, the habits you build, these create your tomorrow. Start small, but start now. Take one principle and master it. Then add another. Then, the greatest achievement in life is not money or status. It's becoming the person you are capable of being. And that journey starts in your mind. You have everything you need right now to begin. The only question is, will you take that first step? Make this your moment. Make this your turning point. Make this the day you decided to master your mind and transform your life. Because when you master your mind, you master your destiny. Thank you. And remember, your greatest achievements are still ahead of you.